We're going to begin with those staggering new developments in the pandemic. Tonight, New York State now says more than 10,000 people have been killed there. That is nearly half of the more than 23,000 Americans who have died from the coronavirus. Nationwide, confirmed cases now top 577,000.
So today was the first day that I've worked since our unit was designated the second COVID ICU in my hospital. And I don't know what the has happened for the past 13 hours. Isolated from my team members, limited resources, limited supplies. And this is my new normal for the next however many months that it takes for this virus to die down. So, like, I'm already breaking. So for sake, people, please take this seriously.
Interesting. We have a few clips that we're just going to put up. We could turn the lights a little bit lower. I think you'll find them interesting. And then we'll answer some questions. I'll ask you some questions because you're so guilty, but forget it. But most importantly, we're going to get back onto the reason we're here, which is the success we're having. Okay? Please, you could put it up.
How worried should Americans be about coronavirus?
Coronavirus is not going to cause a major issue in the United States.
Closed it down from China.
You bought yourself some time. You didn't use it to prepare hospitals. You didn't use it to ramp up testing. Right now,
you're so disgraceful. It's so disgraceful the way you said it. I just went over it. I just went over it.
In an unprecedented crisis.
Nobody thought we should do it, and when I did it.
But what did you do with the time that you bought?
You know
the
we
month
did.
Of February. That
we did.
Was a gap.
What do you do?
Month of February.
What do you do when you have no case in the whole United States? When you excuse me, you reported it. 0 cases, 0 deaths on January 17th.
February, the entire
January. I said in January.
Your video has a complete gap.
On January 30th.
What did your administration do in February with the time that your travel ban botched?
A lot. A lot. And in fact, we'll give you a list. What we did, in fact, part of it was up there. We did a lot. Look. You know you're a fake. You know that. Your whole network, the way you cover it, is fake. Now, the virus that we're talking about having to do, a lot of people think that goes away in April with the heat. Because of all we've done, the risk to the American people remains very low. It's going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear. And from our shores, it could get worse before it gets better. It could maybe go away. We'll see what happens. You take a solid flu vaccine, you don't think that would have an impact or much of an impact on corona?
Don't make the plan B the plan A and say that that's the best standard. Not while my colleagues are getting sick. It really makes me angry. It makes me feel like, are we forgotten?
If you're healthy, you will probably go through a process and you'll be fine. People die from the flu, and this is very unusual. And it is a little bit different, but in some ways it's easier.
If the flu has an R naught of 1.3, that means each person gets either 1 or 2 people sick. After 10 rounds, that's 56 total people. And if we run the model with COVID-19's R naught at 2, if one person with it gets 2 people sick, you get 2 people sick. After 10 rounds, that's more than 2,000 people. This does not happen with the flu, because COVID-19 is very different.
When somebody's the president of the United States, the authority is total. And that's the way it's got to be. The authority is total. It's total.
the benefit of learning from the mistakes of the many countries that came before us in the trajectory of this virus. And there are two things that we have learned or should have learned. One, you have to be clear, honest, and transparent about the scope of the virus and infection. And you need to test to do so. We are failing to do that miserably right now.
Why should we be testing it in a test tube for a year and a half when we have thousands of people that are very sick? The vaccine does have to be tested for a long period of time because you can't give, thousands, millions of people a vaccine and it turns out to be dangerous.
Country. If you look at some of these questions, do we have enough masks? No. Do we have enough tests? No. Do we have enough PPE? No.
Why would you say no?
Do we have enough medical equipment?
The answer is yes. I think the answer is yes. Who said no to that?
The Department of Health and Human Services found that hospitals dealing with the onslaught of COVID-19 patients are experiencing shortages of testing supplies, personal protective equipment, and other critical items such as IV poles, toilet paper, and linens. Difficulties maintaining adequate staffing and hospital capacity, anticipated shortages of ventilators, and problems complying with inconsistent guidance from federal, state, and local officials.
We knew a pandemic was possible. Lots of people warned of the possibility. So why the shortage?
Right now, large companies are making most of these supplies, and there's demand from across the globe. And when you don't put your orders in, other countries, other places are getting filled their orders, and we're behind here.
200 dead, 14,000 who are sick, millions, as you witnessed, who are scared right now. What do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared?
I say that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I say. Go ahead. I
think
it's a very nasty question.
The government, our government, the government led by that man is failing right now. And there is nothing to point the cameras at. There's no Hurricane Katrina moment with people outside the convention center desperately begging for water. There is just an invisible virus making its way through communities without adequate preparation or information. We need truth. We need the facts. We need testing, and we need them now. We needed them a week ago. And Donald Trump should take the next month off and golf while someone else handles it.